In the meantime, the opposition spokesman on national security, Peter Bunting, says the opposition is still not convinced that the SOEs were declared to combat a rise in criminal activities, given that 2 parishes experiencing a rise in crime were left out. Kirk Wright has the details.
Mr. Bunting has scoffed at the Prime Minister's declaration of the states of public emergency in certain parishes.
This is really about political theatre.
But then he says the announcement did not come as a surprise to the opposition.
In fact, the Prime Minister, in passing, had said to the leader of the opposition last week that they were contemplating using states of emergency again.
Mr. Bunting expressed alarm at the move to implement the states of emergency, since he says the government is yet to present the regulations to support their move.
Up to this morning, after the declaration, the leader of the opposition checked with Minister Mada Huford. There were still none available to give us. So when he asked who is the chairman or chairperson and the members of the tribunals for each of the parishes that states of emergency have been declared, nothing forthcoming.
What's equally baffling, he says, is the parishes in which the SOEs have been declared.
Kingston and St. Andrew declaration is puzzling. In fact, it's probably the one area where we've seen substantial declines in murder and shooting. Murders down 17.5%, shootings down 23.5% year to date relative to last year. So even by their justification, how do you include Kingston and St. Andrew in this group of parishes that have states of emergency?
Mr. Bunting pointed out a contrast with the other parishes that are experiencing a spike in criminal activities.
When you look at other parishes like St. Elizabeth and Manchester, both have 70% increases in murders this year. Trelawney, similarly, but they're not included in the parishes where there will be some initiative to address the murder rate. So this is really political. In my view, it has nothing to do with the safety and security of the Jamaican people.
And since the government would need the backing of the opposition if it wanted to extend the SOE after 14 days, we asked Mr. Bunting if they would have their support.
Certainly speaking for myself, unless there was some new information that was going to be introduced in this case, I don't see the justification.
Kirk Wright, TVJ News.